and welcome to one of a scary true story horror story by Wansi Entertainment. Wansi Entertainment, the best company on CEO. I did not get their permission, so hopefully they allow me to do this. They'll be okay because I see a lot of YouTubers do this and stuff. So hey, let's get to it. This animation is called Two True Scary Stories Animated, and the story is called I Want to Find Who I Love. So by Anonymous. Let's jump right into it.
One day, I saw a posting on this website.
Okay, first of all, that website down in the flipping right bottom corner is sketchy as heck. So are all these words. They're sketchy, flipping braille on the screen. What are you gonna do? Touch out? Read it? That face mask up on the top right of that. It's ugly. Who would buy that?
The writer continued to post once every week for several years. It was a long story of a woman he was looking for, including a picture of her face, her age, her characteristics, etc. He insisted that they were a married couple, but one day, she suddenly went missing. He said it's been 9 years since then. Saying that he did everything to find her, he was finally appealing with this. He said he would give $10,000 to whoever found her. While reading his posting, I found out that the neighborhood where the woman lived was the same area as mine. I thought maybe I've seen her somewhere, so I sent him a message saying that I could help. I soon got a reply from him. If you find her, I'll give you money, or whatever you want. I looked at her picture and went out to find the traces based on what he had told me. The restaurants, bars, parks, etc. I went everywhere she used to go and found out if anyone looked similar to her. However, it eventually all been for nothing. I ended up giving up and forgot about it. Several seasons passed since then, and autumn came. While walking down the street, I saw a woman passing by me who looked really familiar. Feeling strange, I suddenly stopped in the spot and looked back at her. Obviously, she wasn't someone I knew, so then, just then, the lightning seemed to strike my head. She was the one that the man was looking for. I called out to her, my heart pounding in the moment. She asked me what was that about, and I explained the whole story to her. After that, I could see her facial expression frown. And to my surprise, what she told me was a total shock. The man was just a guy who she met at a bar 10 years ago. Just one day, just a few hours. Those two were not in a relationship and had never been married. He was just a stranger.
Spooky, man, spooky. We're starting it off as pretty fast. We're starting it off like really fast. So this lady hasn't been in any relationships with this spooky man. Wow.
However, he kept looking.
Bro, those cheekbones like Michael Jackson, man. Jeez. Why are those cheekbones so big, man? They're popping out of his skin. Flipping Michael Jackson up in here, man.
White Michael Jackson.
Well, Michael Jackson was already white.
Well, it's horrifying.
He
she eventually got mad and left. I got a number from her just in case, and that's when I started agonizing. Maybe I could receive the $10,000 if I tell him. I started to search the mailbox and soon found his address. I wrote down a whole story about what had happened that day. The next day, I got a reply from him saying that it's for sure his wife and he wanted to know her phone number. At first, I didn't want to tell him since I was kind of worried about her, but he kept contacting me. If you tell me your number and the right place where you met her, I'll give you that money, I promise. Being blinded by money, I ended up giving him information.
Retarded. I mean, you could have just snatched that girl for yourself. But that would be like freaky. So no. I'll protect you from now on. Some like fat dude probably behind that screen.
Actually, he sent the money. I honestly couldn't believe it. After that, I forgot about it again and everything seemed to be as normal. Then, one day, I heard from a friend that a woman was horribly murdered in our neighborhood. And the next part of the story made me feel weak at the knees and fall down on the spot. The criminal was the same guy who had been searching for her for 10 years. I ran frantically to the computer and logged onto the website where he wrote his posting. And there was a new post written by him. Finally, I found her. I clicked on it and started to...
Shouldn't have done that, man. You should never give away anybody's locations. Ever. It's retarded. You're retarded. You're retarded. I knew it, you're retarded. Oh, let's get back to it.
With the help of my friend who I met in this community, I was finally able to find her. Although she didn't recognize me, it was okay, because I remembered her. When I kissed her, she hit me in the face, and her reaction made me go crazy. I couldn't believe this was the result of waiting 10 years. With a blaze of anger, I decided to get her out of my head. However, I failed. I couldn't get her out of my mind. During these 10 years, I haven't forgot about her for a single day. So I made the inevitable choice. If I can't get her out of my head, then I would get rid of her in real life. If she doesn't exist in the real world, that means she doesn't exist in my head anymore, right? I was in shock. And when I clicked my mailbox, I found another email from him. He told me to return the money he had sent, insisting that our deal was invalid. His reasoning was that she was no longer the same woman he was looking for because she had already changed. I never actually replied to him, but he kept sending emails. I will find you, and I will make you the same as her. Please look forward to it, my friend. I eventually ended up calling the police, and they started searching for him. A few days later, another eye-catching posting was put on the website. I'm looking for a guy who I love. It said that someone was looking for a man, and it was similar to the prior posting about someone looking for a woman. Shockingly, all the information about the neighborhood where he lived and the appearance of him was all in accordance with me. He literally posted my approximate information on the website, referring to my email address and my profile picture. He also said he would pay money to anyone who finds me. I'm so terrified. I feel like he'll find me and kill me someday. A few days ago, someone came and talked to me on the street. He was a stranger, but he stared at my face and tried to continue a meaningless conversation, so I had to run away. I think there are people looking for me to get that money. Now I can't go out of my house. I have to stay inside. Please, somebody help me.
Why are your cheekbones so damn big? Like, everybody's cheekbones just be popping out like, psst. Like, you just pop out. I don't have a webcam, so you guys can't see crap. It's like, I even pulled my cheek out, like, psst. So then Michael Jackson, man. What are these people like, really, can't believe Michael Jackson's like that, man.
All throughout the mid to late 90s, I spent my time alternating back.
Or what is this story called? It's called Someone Broke Into My House While I Was Home Alone. Man, that's scary. That's why you own guns. America! Hell yeah! Okay, let's get into it.
All throughout the mid to late 90s, I spent my time alternating back and forth between my parents, who had divorced when I was 6. During the summer, I preferred staying at my dad's single-story ranch-style house in a quiet cul-de-sac as opposed to my...
First of all, why is there no driveway? Second of all, why is there no sidewalk leading into your front porch? Like your front, whatever the hell you call that thing?
mom's place in the city. My dad's place was much quieter and had a better feeling of privacy with its big fenced-in backyard. During the warmer months, I would enjoy sleeping with my window cracked open and my fan on. In the city, it was always too noisy to have a window open at night. I remember at the time, my dad was usually working late and would arrive home around 8 p.m. or later. So the majority of the day I was alone. I would spend my time on my dad's computer, using the dial-up internet. Back in those days, if you wanted to use the internet, you had to keep in mind that you were sacrificing your ability to use the phone. You also had to sit at a desk all day when you surfed the web. On this particular day, it was getting pretty late, and I had been sitting for a while, so I decided to get up and make myself a snack. The sunlight was fading outside, and it was just starting to get dark. But I didn't turn on any lights as I walked down the hallway and turned into the kitchen. Using the light from inside the fridge, I began to shuffle around looking for something to make a sandwich out of, when I heard something that made me pause. Back inside my room, I had a lamp on my nightstand that had these tiny charms hanging from the shade. Whenever I went to raise or lower my window, the nightstand would shake, and the charms would make tiny wind chime type sounds. I was used to the sound, but I had never once heard it from outside my room, because I was the only one who ever touched my window. And for such a small sound, I was surprised how far it traveled.
Why is that house so
There was this
big?
animalistic moment where my entire body froze, and I felt my sense of hearing dial itself up to 11 as I strained to catch every small noise coming from my room. I heard a couple of footsteps on my carpet, some muffled voices, and I heard the creak of my door opening. I let the fridge door swing shut and rushed over to the back door, but as soon as I opened it, I paused. Out the back door led to our screened-in back porch, which led outside to our fenced-in yard. Going through the screen door would make way too much noise, and whoever was now in the house would be able to catch me before I was able to unlock the gate to exit the backyard. I would have to run back towards the intruders to get to the front door, so not knowing what else to do, I ducked into a small closet right next to the fridge.
Okay, I heard a thud. Oh, that scared me, man. Oh, somebody was breaking into the house while I was reacting to a thing, to a story of somebody breaking into somebody's house. Holy crap, I just heard a thud. Oh, it was just, oh my gosh, jeez. I should probably check the window after this.
Where my dad kept the vacuum. There was barely enough room inside for me to stand up straight, and I knew that if they happened to open the door, I was caught. So I kept my hand on the doorknob to hold it closed. I heard two sets of footsteps walking down the front hall, and suddenly somebody was in the kitchen. He wasn't even being cautious. He was just sauntering around, opening cabinets and drawers like he belonged there. I heard him open the fridge right next to me and knock a few things around inside. I heard an annoyed voice coming from the hallway. "What the hell are you doing?" The second voice responded. "I'm starving, man. I haven't eaten all day. Get the fuck out of there." The first voice snapped. The fridge door shut abruptly, and suddenly there was a tug on the handle of the closet I was hiding in. I tensed, and I held the door latch firm. All the guy had to do was pull on it hard, and I would have toppled right onto the floor. "Hey, this one's locked." The voice came from right outside the door. As soon as I heard it, I knew I was done, and I mentally prepared myself to be kidnapped or murdered. The second voice came again over by the back door. "Hey, did you open this?" "No, why?" "And somebody was just here. They must have run out back." I heard both of the intruders run out to the back porch. I could have taken that moment to run, but I was shaking so hard at me nearly getting caught that I didn't trust myself to try and take a step. I thought about trying to go for the cordless phone on the counter, but I remembered the dial-up internet was still using the phone line. After another few moments, the two men ran back into the house and made for the front door. I heard the front door unlock and swing open. They hadn't been out of the house for more than 5 seconds before I heard a police siren wailing as it drove past the house. Turns out my neighbor had spotted the two men walking around outside and called the cops as soon as she noticed them opening my window from the outside. They were kids themselves, really. One was 18 and the other was 19. My dad arrived home shortly after, and we ended up staying at my aunt's for the night.
Oh. I would have... Whatever I would have done, I would have probably hid in the fridge. because I'm retarded and I would have like just jumped in the fridge. Okay, don't worry about it. They'll never look in the fridge, man. Bro. I don't think I'll be able to handle that. Hold on. Let's finish it.
I was incredibly shaken for the next several days, and the smallest of noises made me anxious, and I was too afraid to be alone. Looking back now, those two kids likely would have taken off running if they had found me. They didn't even have any weapons on them. But at the time, I didn't know that, and the experience traumatized my tiny 11-year-old mind.
Wow. That's sad. But yes, why is that road just cut off? And where's everybody's parking lots, man? Jeez, where do you park your cars? In these little tiny roads, man? My goodness. What, did you just pull up in a bush? Oh, yeah. Great parking spot. I mean, man, jeez. But hey, that's just a gay. I'm just kidding. But, okay. Thank you so much for watching today's video. First ever reaction video. You'll see more gaming videos soon. I've just set up a new account on PlayStation. So, I'll see you in the next go round. Goodbye. Goodbye.